Good evening and welcome to Baltic eSports League Season 1, last day of CSGO group stage. I'm MV, joined here by V. Are you excited for the last day?
Finally, we're going to see how it all ends and how it all is going to play out today. So yes, I'm definitely excited for this matchup, as obviously still curious to see how things will finally, what the final standings are going to be.
Yeah, right. And as well, quickly before that, I'll remind you about the giveaway that we're going to have after the last game of today. And this is the last time you can win a free ticket for the Hypertown Riga Festival on 26th and 27th of May. But for now, let's check out the schedule, what we saw this week and what we're going to see today. As it is week 9. Last week, I already saw Malco versus Not Like This, where Malco had the chance to get in that top 4. They kind of lost it.
They kind of lost it. Unfortunately, they lost. They had to go in overtime in one of the maps there. That sort of already made everything on edge, and then at the very end of it, the final result being 1-1 didn't go in their favor entirely, and accordingly their position at the moment.
And then it was Skinlords versus 6GR, where Skinlords made sure that they will be in the LAN events, and they did that. And then, of course, BESL Sports versus Team Supply, which was really close games that we saw yesterday.
Yeah, definitely, once again, a lot closer than I thought they're going to be, because we were expecting a bit cleaner sweep from BESL Sports and Team Supply showed good resilience and also some excellent gameplay coming out from both teams. They're slightly unlucky there at the end in overpasses.
The timings.
The timings, once again, I was thinking about it still today, actually.
Well, it's something to think about. But what we're going to see today is going to be Team Refuse versus Aesthetic, which we already have spoken a lot before. Then it should be an easy game for Team Refuse. But as you just mentioned today, that Aesthetic, since they have literally nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose, no pressure. They just need to show up and play a match. I feel like they could actually put up a really good game here. Yeah,
hopefully the maps are going to go their way. And then, of course, we're going to see Žalgiris versus Vortex, an important match, since it will dictate if Vortex will get in that top 4, because there is still a chance that Malco stays in that top 4 if Vortex does not show up.
Yeah, so Vortex obviously need this win, and they need it a lot. I'm curious to see what sort of playstyle will they bring out. Will they try to overtake the match in a very quick fashion, or will they use the calm tactical approach to the things? And obviously a lot is going to be once again down to these maps and the maps that they feel most comfortable on. So really eager to see that one.
Yeah, me too. But let's jump into standings to see what we are already going to see in the LAN event. It's going to be BESL Sports, Team Refuse, and Skinlords that are there. They are there. There's no other way to say it. And then, of course, Malco or Vortex, those two teams are going to battle it out to see who can take it and who cannot. So for Vortex, the only thing when they lose is if they don't get more than 1 point. Like if they don't get 2 points, if they get 2 points, they're already good because the round difference. So they need to win only one map and they're already in.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Unless they physically crumble under pressure and just lose their composure, I don't see them really how they couldn't earn these 2 points. In theory, it should be relatively easy for them. As long as they get one map, they're already settled.
Yeah, exactly. And as for Žalgiris, they are no longer in danger to be eliminated since Team Supply yesterday did not grab any points. So they as well have not too much to lose, but of course getting those 6 points would put them up in the, I believe, 6th place. So that is a lot better than the 8th place. So let's see if that will happen. But as we can see, the standings are like this. So Not Like This 6GR Sports, they won't be eliminated. They will be here for the next season.
Correct.
But of course, no LAN event for them. And then, of course, Team Supply and Aesthetic, the teams that we won't be seeing next season. Of course, if they don't get through the qualifiers.
Yeah, as long as they make it through the qualifiers, we'll see them again, and I feel like they still have a very good chance for Team Supply definitely to go through the qualifiers. Yeah. For Aesthetic, I hope they've made the necessary notes required, and they'll manage to learn from their mistakes. And
do you think they themselves want to get that one map? Like, we need to have that one map, or more they're like, oh, we're already at 016.
Well, being in that position, I personally would really want to get at least one map in this, because finishing with a big 0 in front of it just means that you've completely failed in every aspect of it. So nobody wants to feel like it, and I would definitely be eager to take one map off Team Refuse. We'll be able to do so. We'll see in a few moments. But yeah, I mean, for sure, you want to get that one victory.
Well, they need to. They need to show up. But for now, I want to remind you about the Hypertown.pro website, where you can see everything about the event, because the events will begin after a month, so 26th of May. Remember to check out. You can still get the tickets, and of course, win the ticket today. Check out BESL.pro websites about all the information. You can see the statistics of the players throughout all the tournament, the headshot ratings, everything you want to see, everything that you want to see. And of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel so don't miss any action. But for now, small commercial break, and when we come back, Team Refuse versus Aesthetic. Hello and welcome back. Finally, all the players are in and uninformed to us. There are going to be some stand-ins for both of the teams. So let's see how this one works out. But the maps are going to be Cash and Inferno.
Correct.
Remember correctly. So let's see how it happens on Cash as the 9th round has already begun. Do you have any kind of predictions here since both of the teams have the stand-ins?
I feel like Team Refuse still should have the upper hand in Cash here, definitely, as I feel like it's more an open map, and if you play a certain pace in this map, a certain tempo, and as long as you can keep it up, you can usually overcome your opponent, as Cash is slightly hard to adjust when your enemy is on point, and that's probably is going to be the downfall of one of these teams here, as the knives are just about to finish here now. Only Winley remaining for Team Refuse and Choice on aesthetic side,
and Winley, a very instinct tactic there, since Choice needed only like one cut.
Probably didn't have the information for it, so Winley playing it safe, and Team Refuse will be winning the knife round, and of course they will choose to stay on the CT side here. I'm just curious to see what aesthetic have come up with on this map here to try and play it against, well, currently the second best team in this tournament.
Yep. Can they show up? Can they do anything against them? I believe since they have the coach playing as well, the stand-in, I don't think Refuse will be in the full force.
Perhaps not aim-wise, but considering the fact that the coach is playing along with you, the actual preparation still should be there. As here Magician already finding one player, as another 3 players from aesthetic will be eventually taking him down here. Ike is already on the rotation. Winley now in the headshot position, expecting a push, but the push is not coming through. And aesthetic have actually chosen to fall back here and just looking for any quick flanks, seeing if they can find any players and surprise them. Once again, as these Glocks, you can see there's no utility on aesthetic side here, and Choice will be boosted up on to the headshot box here in middle, peeking over and just barely spots the player in connector, but Ikas with a strong headshot onto Choice there instantly deletes him, as the remaining 3 aesthetic players are towards A here. Already 1 player of CTs will be spotted out here. That's going to be Pone here, who's actually going to go down without a trade, and both aesthetic players managed to get into the site fairly unscathed here, as now Ika's pushing.
Let's see if Duke can find anything here. He's getting a bit too aggressive here around the sites as the players are coming in. Now it's going to be only Dovsty with Carlos left, and Carlos finds one, but Ikas with the kill back. And now let's see, can Dovsty secure this round for his team, as already the bomb plant will be there, but they know where he is, as he's trying to still play the round, but Ikas with the 3rd kill. He has the kit. Will Winley give it to him? Yes, he will in the end. So 1-0 for Team Refuse.
And Dovsty really needed to get that first kill there in order for him to be able to play time. Still, there was a kit in hand. Even if Ikas would have gone down, the kit would have been dropped next to the bomb there. So still, a very close situation. I'm slightly surprised that Pone didn't manage to take anyone down there in that particular moment. I feel like he was slightly too open, got gushed instantly with the Glocks, and then eventually taken down, as now we can see 4 players from aesthetic are slowly approaching B here, as Do in middle here with the Deagle, seeing if he can find anything through the smoke, and that's not going to be the case, as once again Magician and Winley both here on B are going to be tested as the push comes through.
See, as Magician has found one, Winley already tagged the player, but now with the FAMAS he's going wild, as he has already taken down 2. Magician is down, but it's already Carcass pushing in with the Scout. And now see, can Choice and Dovsty, the deadly duo, can do anything about it, since already 2 players coming in from behind lines. Dovsty, now your one-taps are more than needed here, as he can't see the players with the flash in his face.
And a very quick rotation coming out here from Team Refuse, instantly boxing in the players, not allowing the same scenario as the previous round to happen, excuse me. So obviously a quick cleanup coming out from them. Because of the plant in the first round, aesthetic will be able to force up here, and that is exactly what they're going to do. A decent amount of utility only on Carlos ABC, who is one of the stand-ins today for aesthetic.
See if he can use that utility at the moment. He is towards the A sides here. We can see Choice already tagging up Magician down to 38 on all this move. And now it looks like it will be Refused with the deep in smoke, so they can now take control of the A main. And that is just perfect for them, since you can see that they're more or so taking more control of the map by the second. I'm still quite curious, why don't they have player boosted up in the vents, since that is also a lot of control gain towards middle?
There's no real need for them currently to do so. They've chosen to play 2 people in sites here and only 1 person in connector. That's Carcass with the scout there. I'm not too sure if Carcass knows that Dusty has already managed to cross over here through middle. He should be spotted any second now, as he will actually find the kill onto Carcass, and that's information gained for the CTs. You can see instantly that Magician has fallen back towards the CT spawn, closer to the connector to make sure no flanks are coming in, as Do here finds Pone and Ikas with the trade kill, and the second in a main here, expecting the push to come in from short, and he understands he's being pushed right now as he's jumping on these boxes. Great angle, but unfortunately gets taken down. Still a 2 versus 2 situation, and Terra still had need to retrieve the bomb here, so slightly misplayed there.
Well, let's see, that kind of now allows for Team Refuse to rethink what they're doing, and they're going to go away from the A side. The bomb will be planted for free. I really thought that they're going to push in. There was only Dovsty there for them to fight.
Aesthetic somehow have outplayed them just off the fact that they didn't put this bomb down in an instant, and it was unclear for Team Refuse what's going on, as now Magician and Winley looking to retake this. Winley already up close to this wall with the Deagle here, and Magician picks up the AK, needs to find the first kill there, but he will be taken down. There's now only Winley remaining, and he goes down to Do as well. So 2-1 in favor of Team Refuse, and the first rifle round goes in favor of Aesthetic.
Very well played. Do with 4 kills, went huge there, taking down the players in. There was player in the Squeaky as well as the player in the A main afterwards. So quick, really good shots. That kind of allows them now to even get the lead in this game, since Team Refuse could be on their last buy. And you can see that is not the best one.
Yeah, and Ikas here in a nice position in a site just above the red box, being able to check for these headshots as the people are going to be crossing over and any second now, as actually Element has found Carcass, and once again him going down means that Team Refuse being pushed here.
As here Pone will be the last man standing on the A side. He won't be seen, but in the end Choice still managed to find him. In the end, very comic situation, but Dusty still managed to find a kill back. So it looks like Aesthetic, they will save 4 weapons here if Magician does not go wild and does not get any kind of weapons off, since I think it's advised here to do that.
Well, ideally you would like to try and save after the bomb explodes the rifle that was dropped towards the car or the truck position there. So I feel like that's most likely what he's going to go for, unless he has some tricks up his sleeve.
Oh, nice one, but he does not. Dusty kills him off, and it's going to be 2-2.
And the cringe fest begins. It is indeed 2-2 now. Team Refuse being forced onto an economical round here. Full buy, full amount of nades coming out on this side of Aesthetic. And this should be a relatively easy round for them, as once again Team Refuse don't actually going to be sending 3 people towards B here, just to see if anything can be done.
Oh, an Element, I believe, already did damage Carcass, or maybe that was the, I believe that was the grenade that was thrown onto him, but you can see already 2 players taken down from CTs.
Choice leaving Pone here on 10 HP as well. Now Carcass on 50 in connector. Does he suspect the Dusty to be there? I feel like he should have the information. He's actually not checking for that corner. Was distracted by the smoke there. Now only Winley remaining and on B together with Pone. Winley going down to Choice here, and Pone on 10 HP with the USP. He'll be lucky to find the rifle.
Let's see, maybe he can find the kill. He can't in the end. Choice will be successful. 3 kills for him, 3-2. And we can see Aesthetic racking up their money. No one went down that round. So it means that they will still have some buy rounds even if they lose one. Right here, as Team Refuse will go for the buy. No ops just yet. I
feel like this is the moment where Team Refuse should make some sort of adjustment. I mean, Carcass has gone down now twice, and off the back of that, they have lost the round just purely because terrorists have been free to play around this middle area.
Yeah.
And you can see that the CTs are slightly adjusting, Winley looking to boost Magician into vents here.
And Dusty, he's gonna find one, but only one as Pone is there to trade. So finally they have one more man in the middle to deal with terrorist push. As you mentioned, they had the control and even boosted up in the vents. Winley gets the kill. Do as well goes down. Now only Elements with Choice will remain. It's gonna be 2-on-4 situation as the Molotov won't push anyone out. There is a guy in the sides and as well the guy in vents. No rotations just yet, since no one's that close to here if they're pushing in or not. Now Winley, as he dropped down, I believe with the flash, he was not hurt, but still Element checks him, but is not successful in that duel. And here, last man standing, Winley, the coach. 3 kills in the 3rd round.
Winley slightly mistimed the moment where he needs to jump out of vents, and both terrorists and himself were fully flashed off of Magician's flash there. So obviously neither of them really were initially aware where the players might be, but just off the fact that 2 players were close, on B site there, Aesthetic didn't manage to really get any further than that first initial box. There is now Dosty with the AVP, is going to be boosted up into middle once again, peeking over, doesn't find anyone, spots the player in the sandbags and manages to dispose of Carcass yet again, as now fully flashed. He needs to fall back. There was another player in towards the white box there.
And he still gets the flick on Pwn, so 2 players have gone down. Team Refuse in the buy round are now looking a bit shaky, as Aesthetic slowly trying to take control of the A main and maybe even the A side. The bomb yet to be picked up. Choice finds Magician, and now only in the B side Winley remains, but that's not going to be the side that they're going to hit. It's going to be here Akis who needs to do the work.
Akis' aim will be tested any second here as the player coming out of doors, and that is going to be Du, who is going to take him out, and only Winley remaining here with a full amount of nades and any amount of utility he might need in the further rounds, but he should be really saving this as all 5 players are alive. The bomb has gone down and the hunt has already begun. As you can see, Carl is very actively checking for every corner and making sure that Winley is not hiding somewhere else, but he actually spots here Choice in the middle, and Choice saw him as well, so he's going to be boxed in, and actually Choice chooses to take him down.
He did choose that, and he did that. Just keep on going with them. It's the last day. You have to get every single one of them out.
Everyone?
Yes, every single one. So now let's see Aesthetic. They've gone into their element, and this might be even few more rounds for them.
Dosty probably is going to be boosted here in middle up once again, looking to find this entry in middle. Actually, Element pushing out very quickly here. Dosty making sure he is covered, as Element already taking a fight in short, but he will be taken down by Pwn, as Carlos will find Carcass once again. And I feel like Carcass is just being currently shut down completely from this match, as it is a 4 versus 4 situation. Dosty with the AVP still peeking into a site. Doesn't manage to find any players here yet, as unbeknownst to him, Icos has already pushed through A main, and that is information gathered for their team. As you can see by the positioning, you have 1 player in checkers and 2 towards connector here, as they hear Aesthetic pushing ever so slightly up towards short.
Let's see, it's not Magician peeking out just yet with the Deagle. It's kind of risky to go here, and as he goes in, Choice instantly with the shutdown. And now perfect opportunity for Akis to get the kill, and he's going to get the free kill here against Du. And now even the op, I believe he could potentially get it. And from the back lines, Winley coming in, he's going to find one. That's the bomb down. And even the player in the side, but Carlos ABC still takes him down. 11 HP on him left, as Akis can now rotate around and surprise Carlos unbeknownst.
Winley 100% knew he definitely dinked that player there, so there's 100% information about the player being low, and that is going to be an easy kill for Icos here. I feel like so far it's been a very unlucky game for Carcass. 3 rounds in a row, he's just been taken out in an instant, really not being any sort of impact.
He has died in every single round except 1.
Yeah.
So that is not a great showing, because we know Carcass how he plays. He should have less deaths.
And even off the fact that Team Refuse won the round, their money situation was not really the greatest. As you can see, there's a Mag 7, a UMP, a FAMAS even on their side here. Dosty peeking with the op from Team Aesthetic into A main, doesn't find anything. Is now Carcass actually using the UMP, has decided to push up close and having a bit fun with his mouse there, just spinning around. And the single spot got confused. There's actually Icos being pushed inside here. Du will take him out. How does he manage to cross safely? But Carcass has found a kill as well as Pwn, and it is a 4 versus 3 situation. And as I say, Dosty equalizes the score here by taking out Pwn from A site, and that is the A site clear, as still Choice doing a bit of damage onto Magician here. Carcass will take him down. It is going to be a 3 versus 2 situation, but Dosty with the AVP can change all tides here.
Definitely. Let's see when Magician will peek out. Can actually find the first kill is going to be really important, since there is Carcass pushing him from the highway as well. And I believe Dosty should have all the information. Now he's going to see the player's going to miss the first shot. Carcass now easily push him. Let's see if he can take him down, as Element takes him down, and Dosty with the kill onto the guy. And only Winley remains, but there is Element coming out and getting the 5th round for Aesthetic. As the game at the moment back and forth, and Aesthetic ruling looking pretty strong here against Team Refuse that are not in full force.
Yeah, so far so good for Aesthetics, definitely. I was expecting a more convincing start, but as we already mentioned before, we were unbeknownst to the fact that there will be 2 stand-ins for Team Refuse. Well, one of them is their coach, but still, regardless, it's not really the players that you're used to have by your side. As now, once again, Dosti boosted up, peeking over middle here, doesn't really find any players just yet, as Duke here sneaking indoors, and Carlos actually managed to found Pone towards short.
So that is already a good start for Aesthetic, as they take down one of the players, and it is a pistol round, so they have to be really careful about their movements. And Do, can he get the kills now, as there are 2 players in the A side, and look, he misses the timing to find the player who closes the doors. As you can see, there are already 2 players coming in from the A main, so they're going to be the ones looking for the kills. I believe this was Karkas, who was not spotted just yet. He's still waiting, and now he's going to see the player. He's going to look for the kill. He can't find it. Very good position there, but still only tagging up Element, and still Element with those 4 HP finds the kill. And only 2 players remaining, and here Magician can find his luck to find the kill. And Element, 3 kills in the end with the grenade, and 6-4 as Aesthetic. Already 6 rounds on T side, and they're really playing through that middle, which is really successful for them, and Refuse are not doing too much about it.
Yeah, Refuse are not really doing any adjustments off this fact, and obviously Aesthetic are not going to change their gameplay as long as middle is not being shut down, as they feel like they can always find an opening through it. There is going to be another full eco coming out here from Team Refuse, as once again Dosti is going to be boosted up here into middle, as well as that is the Do, who manages to find Ikas up close here, and there's another player towards the white box area. Do is just making sure nobody's sitting in those sandbags, as Dosti is still checking for events, and Carlos will have found Karkas here, as also Do will take down Pone, and that's once again only Magician and Winley remaining.
And Element finds one. Winley still alive. He's going to find a kill against Element, but Carlos ABC comes in, gets the kill back, and now we're going to see probably the buy round from Team Refuse. And Karkas did save up for the op, so maybe that was the answer in middle.
Yeah, definitely should be, as the AVP so far has actually been just, well, pretty much the... Dosti doesn't really try to peek any sort of only headshot pixel angle. He actually likes to strafe out here, so I feel like that's a good kill potential there for Karkas to make, but Dosti is already towards B here, trying to peek and shoot through the smoke, trying to find his luck against any players here, as now Winley will be boosted into vents. They definitely heard that one, as Choice opening doors on A site. Will spot a player in forklift here, but he's dinked instantly and doesn't manage to get crossed over back, and that will be finally an entry for Team Refuse, as Karkas now finds Dosti and takes him down, and that is the AVP out of the game for Aesthetic in this round. Only 3 players remaining, and they're sort of even out throughout the map.
Yeah, you can't really tell which side they want to go to, as now Do kind of leaves Squeaky. That kind of signals that they might be going towards B, as here Do looking for the free kill, but there are 2 players there who could peek out, and he was not expecting Pone to be that close. What was that? And only Element and Carlos remains.
He did so. The player initially started shooting and just started running at him with the nade in hand. Now Carlos and Element both forced to push here, as Winley will find one, but Element will take him down. Can he find more here, as he will go down to Magician? Element not being in his element that round. Yeah.
You did it. You did it. But for now, we can see that still it was Team Refuse taking the round, but it was a pretty close one there in the end, if the Aesthetic did not make too many mistakes, especially that Zoo one, where he was not expecting the player to be that close in situation that he was 100% being close.
Yeah, as I said already before, he knew he was there, so I don't understand the nade play coming out of him, but there is actually a double AVP setup coming out from Team Refuse. Pone here being in this NBK position, trying to peek into main. He will be peeked against, and he will find the first frag onto Carlos ABC, and also going to be... I felt like he's going to find the kill there, but Ikas instantly returns the favor. It is still 4 versus 3 situation. Element already in forklift here, and he has been spotted. He's going to be Molotov and forced to retrieve back into main. Dosti with the AVP is not going to be able to do much here, as the smoke only now dissipates.
Dosti at least gives the bomb away so they don't lose it in a really foolish way, as I believe he's still thinking about pushing in. But now with the edge on the smoke, he could potentially find a player here. As well could be Karkas finding him.
And Choice in middle just missed the timing to get up close to connector, and he was spotted there, so he's actually given a flash for himself there and finds Magician, as he actually finds Karkas on the A site there, and that is only Ikas here to hold the A site, as the Molotov still doing damage, and he is unaware of the fact that the other player is towards forklift here in the smoke.
Let's see if he pushes through the smoke. He will push through the smoke. He's going to see the guy is going to take him down. Ikas with the play. saving Team Refuse in the situation single-handedly. 4 kills and 6-7.
Yeah, I feel like that round, Choice already, even though he missed the best timing he could catch, he still managed to give his team 2 essential kills. And after that, you can see that aesthetic players were still not really eager enough to push this one player inside. They should have just gone both together and take him down. And that is exactly why they lost this round. As long as they would have pushed, they still had a very good chance to win the according round. And now you can see the result of it as Element and Choice both being on Deagles, finally already finding one.
Carcass almost found the head there of the player boosted, but it's going to be Pone taking down Dusty. So they won't be too sad about it, as here Carcass can find the player. He missed the shot onto Element, and now kind of pushes them the way. But as you can see, as they are pushed away from middle, they can't even move into A main and not even A site, as Ikas is still there, being the guard.
Quickly checking doors, making sure no other players are there. Both aesthetic players have been pushing ever so slowly into A main, as Pone now clearing out middle, making sure nobody is waiting for him. And that should be enough information gathered just off this one smoke here, as Ikas is going to be returning back, understanding both players are most likely there, and she should catch a pretty good timing here. As actually, as I say, Pone manages already to find an Element, and that's also Carlos remaining, who's unfortunately for Ikas manages to take him down, showing how the ABCs are done. And that's going to be that.
That's going to be that, and now it's going to be the last round of the first half. So 7-7, who can take down who here? Aesthetic, they should be happy with 7 rounds on T side, right?
I mean, in general, yeah, on Catch, but Catch, out of all maps, I feel like is very forgiving for whatever scoreline you get. Because in theory, on both sides, you can make a solid comeback, so it's not really that impactful here, as long as Team Refuse learn from their mistakes and will be able to appropriately adjust. And as Dusty finds Ikas in main, so Ikas being too overly aggressive here in this particular situation, as Pone is already rotated here, and he's actually going to be pushed any second now.
They do have the M4, but they give it to Dusty, who has 11 HP, so let's see how long he stands still, as Pone is now looking for the kills, as well as Carcass now from the side. He's going to take down Carlos ABC. Element has taken down Wiley, but there is going to be only him remaining. He finds one more headshot with the Deagle. And now he has 1 bullet, as he's going to reload. Let's be careful, because Carcass is still now hunting for him. Let's see who can take down who but Carcass. He's going to get the shot, so 8-7. Very still close half that we're not expecting too much from Aesthetic, but I believe with these players, they are looking pretty good.
Yeah, well, Carcass leaving only Carcass is behind himself in this round, as he found 3 players, and that's 3 dead bodies on the ground, and unfortunate news for Team Aesthetic, as they do swap sides now, and curious to see if Team Refuse choose to start this one fast.
I believe they should, as they will instantly go towards the B side. 3 players and the 4th as well. So we can see here is going to be as well 4 aesthetic players who are going to push for the information. And now let's see, can they get the kills? As there was no flash coming in, and already trades are going back and forth, as Magician has found 2 players, and only Element now remains here in the checkers. As he goes out, he could potentially get the kill, but Magician with the 3rd one, and with the 4th even, only Dusty remains in Magician. The ace coming through here from the stand.
I'll let you do it.
That is just
magic.
That is just magic, man. Thank you for finishing that sentence. So now we can see it's going to be a Vi round. 2 AKs coming out. Mac 10. We can see Carcass not even going for anything, since he wants to have that up in the next round. And here Wiley, the coach from Team Refuse, looking for the first kill in the middle, as they're not pushing too much emphasis on middle. Team Refuse as much that it was Aesthetic that they did.
Choice actually showed a Magician how magic is being done by finding him through the smoke with a single tap off the Deagle there. So nice. Very well, very well placed shot coming out from Choice there. And the Element also coming back into the site here, realizing that they're still checking to see if they can find a refrag somewhere here.
As it looks, their Team Refuse at this stage, I believe they need to gather together, because we've seen how well Aesthetic hit those shots with the CZs, with the Deagles. So now going in as 4, as looks they will. Now head towards the A side. It's going to be only 2 players there. They're going to stand their way between them and the 10th round.
And Ikas really should do a lot of work here with this Mac 10, as he's actually going to be smoking off 4 cross position here, and he's going to be molotoving towards the site. as they've just been briefly flashed for a second as the push eventually does come through, and Ike is now actively looking for these players. He actually jumps out into the red box, spots a player near car, and realizes that both players are there. Both are going to be taken down, as only 3 players here remaining for Aesthetic. 2 of them, actually all 3 are here on in this truck position, trying to find any headshots they can. But I don't think this is going to be going Aesthetic's way, as now Kark is pushing out here. Unfortunately, doesn't find anything.
And you can see there are only going to be 2 players left since Choice got the kill, but at least Pwn finds the kill against Element. And now Aegis comes right moment, takes off the attention. Carlos ABC still with the kill, but Pwn stands still, gets 3 kills. And the 10th round for them. As we can see, this won't be a buy round still for Aesthetic. Let's see if anyone from them will save for that up, as they desperately, I believe, need to, at least on Dusty, to have that kind of weapon. But doesn't look like it. Well, let's see how this round goes, as they will go all towards middle, so this could get interesting.
Yeah, Winley is going to be tested here any second now. As the nades are coming through, he's going to find the first player. Actually, we'll go down to Element here. So, my apologies there. I felt like he definitely has this one. They have retrieved already one of the Galils, but Pwn has already cleared B side here. And just, he actually spots the player. Pwn.
What was that? He was starting to shoot in the air. Did he really got that scared?
Perhaps he has a very cheap mouse, and that was the reason why, is that you can usually see that in optical laser failures. Yeah. So unfortunate plays for him in the wrongest of timings. Now only 3 players remaining for Refuse here, and I feel like they should still be able to take this round as long as they play it smart enough. And Magician with the MAC-10 will go down to Choice with the AK, and that is only 2 players remaining here. Kark is forced to go for the plan. Can Ikas cover him long enough for him to take an advantageous position here?
Ikas even has the smoke, but he does not use to smoke off CT, and that's going to allow the players to move in. False promise for them, as Kark is going to take down 2 players, and now Ikas moving in. He's going to find one, but can he find Carlos ABC? He finds him just at the right time.
And Dusty on 2 HP here. He will take down Dusty with a solid tap in the face. Ikas, manly shots coming out from him.
And even re-peeking that angle, knowing that Dusty has the AK. Really risky for him, but it kind of pays off. It's going to now be 11-7. And on C's side, does not look like Aesthetic can really stop them that easily, but that was a pistol round. So now let's see, can Aesthetic show themselves with these rifles in play? As already it is, I believe, who is it boosted up there? It is Magician, who wants to show some tricks that he has. But with the grenade, you can see some damage already being dealt. And I like the fact for what Aesthetic are doing here, that they're being really aggressive towards middle, realizing that that is the position that you can easily play.
Kark is actually missing a really easy shot there. He almost got the player towards the white box. Does he expect for Do to be just below him, as he is going to be using his flash any second now, most likely going to be strafing out here?
Yeah, with the strafe out, okay, he got flashed by his teammate. Very unfortunate, but now as he moves out, let's see, will Do expect or see the player in the upper, as Kark is yet to check this angle, and now he's going to see him, but does not even tag him, so Do now can switch his position, maybe find a kill here on the player in the middle, but no, Magician's going to take him down, but Carlos ABC with the kill back, and now there's no more presence from Aesthetic in middle, only that 1 kill.
Only that 1 kill indeed, but there are 3 players from Team Refuse on 50 HP essentially here, as Dusty will find Winley already.
That was really good positioning there from him.
Site, so there is Carlos inside, who's only on 20 HP here. A Molotov being deployed and another Molotov inside, so Carlos will be forced to move any second now as he goes out in the open. Actually gets the kill on, so Ica still being on 8 HP, as now Dusty will go down and Carlos taking down Carcass. How did... I feel like Carlos definitely should have died in that position, but somehow miraculously he even finds a kill and survives.
And even after that guest kill on Carcass, 3 kills in total and 4 HP left on him. That is the 8th round for Aesthetic. So on the buy round, they one more time show up, right as they did before in the other side.
Yeah,
let's see if it continues.
Team Refuse is forced to use only pistols in this round, and a very, very basic buy coming out from them. No real gathered aggression. They're just looking to find some lurking players, but I feel like it's an insanely difficult task at this stage, as Carlos, Magician being tagged to 50 HP here.
And Dusty has already found Carcass, so that is already 1 player down, but more so looks like they want to peek towards B here, or move towards this side. As it's kind of easier to take with pistols.
Look at Ikas, he's actually going to be run boosted here to cross over, but Choice manages to get the kill here, as also Pwn will go down. Magician is going to be out of the game, and Winley will go down to Dowsty. So good idea with the run boost. I feel like it was needed to be ever so slightly longer for him to have the full strafe. Props to him for trying. Obviously, it is a solid attempt still, but Choice was actually still in movement as he managed to spot the player and managed to turn around and kill him off in a quick fashion here. As now you can see, Aikas actually has gone for the AK buy here, so
the hero play.
The hero play, as he is going to be Molotov'd in this position, but the Flames are just not touching him. I feel like.
And here you can see the first kill comes through. So Magician won't do anything in this round. Well, let's see, Dowsty, can he find any luck here? If he's going to get double peeked, especially Aikas there with the AK, but still Dowsty finds the flick. And now Aikas for the task to kill off this AWP player. It will be difficult. Quite potentially now Team Refuse can move towards this side since they know that AWP is there, and with those pistols they could rush him down. And here's going to come out, and instantly Aikas looking for the kill. He does not get the kill, but he leaves Dowsty with 49 HP. Now it looks like the push will commence, but Dowsty, he's still ready. He's going to smoke this position off, and he's still going to peek in that one, but it's not one-sided smoke, so he can't see on the edges of it.
Yeah, and Team Refuse taking way too long with this round, but as I say, Pone finding Carlos onto the catwalk here, so all of Aesthetic players have rotated towards A, and Pone actually will go down to Element there being on low HP. Aikas does manage to find Dowsty, that's the AVP down, so they can push out. Aikas finds a second, doesn't get the third.
With 1 HP, he couldn't do too much, and now Carcass, can he show up with the Deagle? 4 HP on him, he's looking for the shot, and he almost takes down Element, but the grenade!
Element was throwing the nade and actually found the kill onto Carcass there, so 11 to 10. So far, a surprisingly close match.
Surprisingly close. We can see who is standing up from Steady. That is Choice with 18 kills. Element, all the players are showing up, I have to say.
Yeah, definitely. Magician, we only saw a spark of magic there in that first round as he managed to find himself an ace, but so far not really being as impactful as he should be, as now Winley taking damage through the wall here in middle. Can't really return the favor back. He's just going to be holding there for a second as Terrorist players seem to be gathering towards, my apologies, as soon as I start to say it, they decide to switch it up and go towards A here. Will Carcass boost anyone up? I feel like that's a must-have in this situation, and indeed it will be, as Winley will be boosted up here. A single nade goes over just to take off some amount of attention here now, as Winley pushes out, and the person in sandbags actually is not going to be tagged that much up.
Yeah, do use the smoke to distinguish that Molotov, and now he's playing from it, but with the grenade, it's going to be left with 10 HP, so now it's going to be basically all on Carlos ABC here to do the magic and the work. But can he do it? As slowly but surely, Team Refuse taking control of middle, no one pushing forward. Carlos ABC wasting his bullets and does not get the kill, and that, I believe, is now Refuse on roll, but as I said, Dowsty finds one. They still haven't decided to push towards the B site. And thus they can find the fast players. And here's Pone with the flashbang. Can he get here undetected? Does Dowsty? No, he does not. And Pone with the free kill and only Element remaining. But he's not going to find the free kill. It's going to be 12 to 10. As Team Refuse do not want to allow Aesthetic to take any more rounds here.
Yeah, in a very controlled way how Team Refuse took middle. So even off the fact, as soon as the smoke went up in sandbags to extinguish the Molotov, that was an instant tell that there is a player there. So they kept their attention towards it and managed to find both of these players in middle and didn't decide to do anything before they do so. And rightly so, as obviously in a 5 versus 3 situation after that was relatively easy to take it. But Dowsty already finding Winley here, and he's going to be falling back to the A side to make sure nobody's going to be pushing out through A main here. And actually Carcass walking up close and curious to see if there's going to be an AVP battle here, as Aikas will take down Du, and that is a 4 versus 4 situation, and in this moment should favor the terrorists, as Dowsty missing a shoulder peek shot there in A main and instantly changing up his position. Carcass still thinks he is deeper in sight.
He just spotted him, but now he could go to the other way, and he reacts fast enough to take down Dowsty, and that is A side completely clear from CTs. Let's see how fast can Carcass tell that the players are there. He was not even checking sight, so he was pretty sure that no one's there. And now he can catch the player coming in here, but he misses the timing, and Element is not peeking, as now he peeks and gets a weird shot into Carcass. I have no idea how that was a kill, and you can see now it could be Team Refuse bringing this one back. That's going to be 2-on-2 now. And luckily for them, the players are spread out, so they have to just win one-on-one battles here as Element is pushing towards middle, but with the Famas, he's going to win the duel against Akis.
And that's only going to be Magician remaining here. He does have the bomb, and I feel like he just heard the player. He should have information about it, but no, he doesn't check.
Did not, I believe, hear the player. What was it? You said, and I was like, okay, yeah, he's kind of checking the side, but then he was more so looking towards the car position. Was not lucky for him, and you can see the rounds going back and forth here at the end of the game.
Yeah, well, that weapon switch definitely didn't play out in Magician's favor there, and I feel like in a situation like that where there's only 30 seconds remaining or even slightly less in that moment, it's not really something that you want to do regardless of what's going on. You have enough time to get to the site anyway, so might as well check every single corner. As you know, your teammate just went down and that player should still be towards truck, so not entirely sure how he missed that one.
Now let's see, as there is still playing this one really slowly, so are kind of, I believe, expecting Aesthetic to go for a wild plays here. But I think they've done the plays just from the sides, from the default positions, winning those duels.
Yeah, Aesthetic aren't doing anything much here, and Team Refuse still refusing to switch up the pace, as I feel like a proper solid 5-man or even a 4-man rush with a single person flanking would just do it, as long as they would go against towards A. And now 2 players here are going to be boosted up. Carcass is going to be smoking off Connector here, and he will also deploy a flash for his teammates.
Now let's see what the flash be. Yes, so no one gets flashed. They can move out. Did they see the player in sandbags? They see him now, but Element still finds the kill. An Element with the second, so no luck for the players here, as Magician is now looking for the kills. I know he missed the player there in the sandbags or is not looking to get that kill, but now a push towards A side will commence. And it is going to be Dusty here with the op. If he finds the first player here, that is the bomb going down. But now with the flash, he's going to be pushed. And instantly Wally with kill, but Carlos is there to get the kills back. Do they know that he's in heaven? Carcass gets the kill. And now a 2-on-2. Very quickly, the Team Refuse bring this one back for themselves.
Indeed they do. It is now on in this situation, it's all about the positioning and the timing, as Do spots one and sees both players, know where they are, and will find Carcass already in sight. Magician will take down Do, and now only choice remaining here, and Magician on 15 HP evades the nade, but choice winning out the numbers game in terms of health and bringing it back to a 12-12 situation. So even scoreline here on Cash. Surprising.
That is quite weird. I really thought Team Refuse, even with the stands, as you mentioned, they have the coach in play. So still, that is not some random stand to get.
Well, as I said, in terms of for Team Aesthetic, they don't feel pressured to do anything, so they can just play their own game. And when you feel comfortable and know that there is not a single amount of weight on your shoulders, you don't really care whoever the enemy is, and therefore they seem to put up a really good game here. Which also brings questions, were they somehow being mentally blocked before?
I feel like from all that you said and all that we've seen, I kind of feel like, yes, they were trying to perform really good, but that was not the case that they needed to do. They needed to play a bit differently. They needed to find their play style. I believe they're trying to play by like different book, you could say.
Well, so far Dusty has managed to find one here, and that is once again Carcass just being shut down, as Dusty with the AWP actively looking, wallbanging these doors, making sure he can at least get a tag onto a player, as so far Team Refuse haven't decided to go anywhere yet, and obviously it would be a huge mistake for Aesthetic to push somewhere at the moment.
Let's see, Bone here in the middle, he's going to find Do, and there's still one more player to find, but Carlos ABC with the P90 in the middle is going to find the kill, but there's now going to be 3 Steris players left, and you can see they still don't have a really good plan in the heads, as they're still waiting for the aggression to come from Steady, but that's not going to be the case here, as Carlos ABC takes down one. Dusty missing the shot onto Magician, and now Magician with the Deagle can't hit Carlos, and Carlos already has found 3 kills. Only Akis remaining, so grabbing any weapons off here will kind of put Aesthetic in not the best economical situation. Now let's see, as the vents was shut down, 53 HP on him left. He's going to get pushed from both sides, has to make the move fast, and Choice is going to get that kill. And since they didn't lose too many, you can see that they will be able to rebuy, and they will even have some money in the bank for Aesthetic. On the other side, if Team Refuse lose one more, they're going to be on eco, and then it's looking really scary for them here on Cash.
Yeah, so, I mean, Team Refuse are actually in a position right now where they can actually lose this map off the fact if they lose one more round.
Yeah.
Aesthetic should be, in theory, able to control their money enough so that they could win this one out.
Let's see if that's going to be the case. Dusty here with the aggressive peaks and find the first player, Carcass, and try to get away, but he won't be able as the Magician takes him down. But at least it's one key player down from Team Refuse, but Winley, as he moves in, has taken down Carlos ABC. And only now 3 CT players remain.
So Team Refuse doing the wise move here. They just gathered as 5 and decided to go towards a single site, and that definitely works out in these situations, as obviously Aesthetic are not expecting for them to, like the whole team, to just group without any information and go towards a specific site, as Winley here struggling to find choice will eventually take him down. That's only the Element and Do remaining here, as Element through the flash finds Winley. Element will be taken down, but Do managed to get it as close as he can, as eventually Ikas will win it out, and it is going to be a 13-13 situation here. Now CTs are in an interesting position.
They still have some money to buy, but let's see, as Element did drop for his teammates the AWP. And you can see the M4s as well being traded. So 2 M4s, 1 AWP, and 2 CZs. It's going to be pretty tough to defend with that one. And especially if Team Refuse would have gone for the fast play one more time. Looks like they're going to slow things down.
Yeah, well, this can very quickly go very south for Team Aesthetic here, because if they lose this one, they would have essentially lost the match off the just purely off the fact that money is not going to be there for them.
Yeah, that could be the case, but let's see what's going to be their plan.
Well, Magician waiting for anyone to push into middle here, and I feel like Do is was slightly tempted there for a second. So he's just sticking close with the CZ. The vent has already been shot through, and he hears nades towards B, so he's going to be heading into the vent here as Choice in checkers, looking to find any players.
Let's see who's going to win. It's going to be Carcass with the first kill, and now Do, can he find the kill back? Carcass trying to spin 180, can't find the kill, and Do, will he manage to, still will manage to get away. Weirdly enough with 30 HP. And even evade that Molotov, and now they're going to push in. Element did spot a player, but he was spotted as well, but he's still going to find 1 kill, and 1 kill only, and now Dousty, he as well is being spotted, smoked off now, so now let's see if he can get the timing. Doesn't look like he's not even going for the blind shot. As Carlos ABC, he's not going to push in aggressively. Okay, he grabs out the weapon in the wrong time, and Akis through the smoke.
Yeah, Akis, excuse me, Pone actually, they're smoking off Heaven, did saw the players modeled there for a brief moment, and realizing that it's just a smoke being thrown, he recognized the opportunity for the CT player and very smartly played there.
Yeah.
Waited for him to push through. That was a free kill, and in an instant the second CT, and that was Dousty, also went down. You can see they are on pistols now. Carcass already finding Element here, actually Choiced, and with the help of Do, find Carcass as Pone now pushing, finds 2. Good transfer. 3 versus 2 situation. Carlos actually instantly delivers.
He did not see Carlos ABC go in there at all. And here now, Winley looking for Hedge. Is going to find one. Going to look for one more, but it's going to be 1v1. And Aikas in such a great position to take this one. It's going to be 15-13.
Oh, that was just horrible for Aesthetic, as they managed to bring it so close. And the round just slips away for them, as now they will be forced to force up with whatever they can, and that is going to be actually a decent amount of M4s there and a good amount of utility.
Oh, it looks like they want to finish this right here, right now, as they're all heading towards B site. Let's see what can Choice do here. The smoke will land. Can he gather the spray here as he gets the one more time the grenade at the wrong time, and he's going to get taken down. I really thought Choice needed to do a lot more there to win this round. Looks like this could be Team Refuse taking it. Maybe the retake could be successful here. As now Do could potentially find the outplayer here. He will find Carcass. And Element finding Pone, I believe. From where did he do that? Through the wall here. Finding Pone in the checkers.
Yeah, so only 3 players, 14 Refuse remaining. As I said, Carlos taking down Winley as well. And this round is crumbling. Only Magician here remaining, and he needs to do magic again, and it's not going to be the case, as it is going to be 15-14. Team Aesthetic bringing this one back into it. I felt it was going to be a very convincing round for Team Refuse, but Aesthetic just finding the necessary kills somehow, even off the fact that they were smoked off everywhere.
And even that situation where Element just got the player in the checkers without even being in the sights or not seeing the player, that's also just a free kill, an advantage for them. And as well, Karkas going so aggressively, going around the smoke. Was that really necessary? So I'm thinking our team was kind of overextended.
Yeah, there was no reason to push there. I felt like the only reason why he pushed was probably he felt like he didn't have a good enough position, and in those situations sometimes you feel like, oh, I just need to push and like surprise them, but that is exactly the opposite what you should do. It's fine as long as you have an off angle, and as long as one of your teammates can cover you, you shouldn't really be afraid. I mean, there's all 5 of you alive. Why would you even push?
Yeah, that is true. But now let's see. It looks like Team Refuse will push towards the A side. We're going to be there. 3 players and even Choice rotating. As you can see how much information Dusty has gathered. This almost spells disaster for Team Refuse, as Du has already found 1 player. And Dusty from the back line, so can he find anything here? Will he be there on time? And now the flash will come through. No one's pushing out just yet. Akas with the kill. And now let's see, Du's going to find 1 more, so Akas going down. Only 2 players here remaining in the A site, as now Winley is going to come out from the highway, and Dusty did find 1. Only Winley remaining, and that is going to be the overtime here in the first map. Weirdly enough, I believe, as you said, they don't have they don't have anything to lose. The same thing goes for Team Refuse. They're not here to prove anything. They don't need to do that.
I feel like for Team Refuse, I'm just slightly mentally blocked here. I don't understand why Team Refuse didn't make these adjustments earlier to push together as a team. At least it's so far the first point indeed, Mr. Producer, for Team Aesthetic. So happy days. Du is definitely exciting by saying something in chat that I'd rather not repeat on stream. And as I say, Karkas actually finds Du here. Takes him down, pushing up close here. Karkas eager to close this one out, as he will go down, but Magician instantly with the trade kill there. So still 4 versus 3 situation in favor of Aesthetic.
And now see more so looks like they want to take control of the A side and middle in general, but Element one more time shows up, gets the kill, switches up the position. Now we'll know where the next player is, as Winley is there with the ABBA. Now from the backline, Spawn takes him down, 2v2 situation. Choice and Dusty remains. And let's see what can Choice do here from the sandbags if they're going to peek even in the side, as the bomb is dropped down right here. So it's almost a freebie for him if he can find it, as he finds almost Spawn, 5 HP left on him, and even Dusty coming in to help. And he can't see anything, he can only see the heaven here.
Winley needs to land this killing blow with the AVP, as there is still 50 seconds remaining, and Winley unzooming, but will take him down. Now only Dusty remaining here, and Dusty needs to find both.
Let's see, maybe they'll line up. He's going to find Winley. He's going to push out even. He's going to find Bone. That is Dusty for you in the 16th round for Aesthetic as well, as they only need 3 more here in overtime to win it.
Yeah, and you can see all players on Aesthetic have reached definitely the 20 kill mark, and that is a very good sign for a team in general, as it means that everyone has switched their game on as much as they can. And Dusty here is going to be heading towards B with the AVP, had a relatively good spawn, so he can peek into B main here and won't find anyone just yet, as that was Winley who tried to prefer that angle there, but just didn't strafe out long enough.
Yeah, I was trying to be really careful about it. Maybe gather out the shot from the enemies. And now Du pushes out, and he almost found a timing to kill off finally, but there was Magician to get the kill back. And now from middle, Carlos he has to be careful. He's already getting pre-fired here, and there's 2 players pushed up. One already down, but with the flash, he could potentially find the first kill here, as they're not peeking together. As he pushes out, he did see the guy. He's moving forward. He gives away that he's pushing in, and Akis from that gathers and gets the kill.
Yeah, so now even though the fact that Dusty has pushed up close towards B lobby, Winley will take him out, as the sound cues are just giving him away. And so far, this round is crumbling for Aesthetic, as Choice goes down now. Only Element remaining here on A site. Can he do anything against these players? He actually is going to take him both down, and that is still 2 very low HP players remaining on the side of Team Refuse, and Ikas pushing with 4 HP here, looking to find the player, but never mind, as Winley gets him.
He did get him, so now it's going to be the last round of the first overtime. The last round of the first half of the overtime. And let's see who can take it, as I'll repeat myself, 19 rounds needed. And we usually see, okay, not usually, but teams dominating one side when they go into overtime, but it's not the case here at the moment. One more time, back and forth, as the game has been almost for every single round.
And Du here actually has picked up the AVP as well as Dusty, peeking into middle, and doesn't find any players so far yet, as Team Refuse once again choose not to abuse middle in this round, but as I say, Carcass will find choice here towards B. Gets the second player as well, and that is B side completely open. Carcass pushing and looking to see if he can catch a quick rotation from Truck, as Du will have found one of Refuse's players, and that was Winley going down there, but you can see the positioning from Carcass and Icas both here. They just don't want to make this any easier for Aesthetic.
You can see they're so close. Going to be Du going down. One more player for them to take down. Who is it there? That is Carlos ABC looking for the kills, but Pone from middle takes him down. And only Dusty remains, so it looks like it's going to be around, but he can still go for Ninja. Will he be heard? He will be heard. The Molotov will come through as well, but the player can easily push through that. Even a double Molotov could come through, but there's a Molotov on him as he used the smoke for CT.
And the nade?
It will.
Oh, the nade and the Molotov from Dusty gets two players of Team Refuse.
Still
a very interesting position. You can see what potentially can happen if you overextend as terrorists, knowing that you've already 90% have won the round. Everyone just went hunting and forgot that Dusty can backstab.
Yeah, that was the case, and Dusty had such a good chance to go for that Ninja there.
Yeah.
Wait a bit, clear out the side, but he was really active in the site and gave away his position pretty early on.
Luck was on Team Refuse's side for anyone to be close enough to hear that he's going to be going for this, as now Winley peeking into B lobby will find choice, and that is instantly man advantage here, as now Dusty boosted up in this position. Will go down to Icas towards Connector here. So the round so far falling apart for Aesthetic, as now Carlos actually has managed to find himself under vents, a relatively decent spot, and he's just expecting someone to peek over the White Bucks and Magician. Finding Element there, as Du will take down Carcass, and still 4 versus 2 situation. Carlos doesn't manage to land the killing blow onto Icas, and Du going down means that everyone knows where Carlos is, and that is going to be the end of his life, as Winley will take him down with the AVP.
Now, this could potentially be the last round of this map if Team Refuse managed to win it. But Aesthetic, they did bring it back. They have only won a round in the overtime that was not on T side. And if we recall their T side, they got 7 rounds. So they had some plans, they had some strats. Let's see if they're going to use any of them now.
Well, you can see Team Refuse already sending 2 players towards middle and making sure they're not going to be abusing the fact that Aesthetic got 7 rounds in the base time here. So obviously Team Refuse, while it's not a huge adjustment, it is definitely a valuable one, as instant reinforcements means that Aesthetic cannot take this positioning early on. But as I say, Dusty still finds Carcass towards middle, and he's looking to find the player in vents here, and any second Magician might go down if he decides to strafe out.
And Dusty playing this one safe, not even going to stay for middle. They're going to head towards the towards the A side. It's going to be Pone there, and as well Akis now rotating from middle. He has the AWP in his hands.
A lot might be on Pone's shoulders here, as long as Aesthetic to decide to push. And Pone seeing the Molotov coming out, he does have backup in the form of Icas with the AVP. Pone going up front closer towards the forklift position here. The bomb is still under terrorist boost, so Icas finds choice. Interesting situation, as now Icas will find Dusty both as well, and definitely another player in A main was heard, as the smokes and Molotovs are coming in, and the rotation should be as well, as Pone here going down at the very last second there. And Icas has managed to sneak through into the site, and I don't think Du is going to be expecting this one, as he's going to go down with the bomb in hands. Carlos will take him down, actually has found Winley as well. Now only Magician needs to take this one. He finds Element.
Yes, and now Carlos ABC is going to go for the plan. No, he's still going for a fake. He's going to spot the player and get the kill. Magician with the clutch, saving Team Refuse here not to go for more overtimes and score 19-16. Such a close game. What was that from Aesthetic?
No, I'm happy to finally see something like that, as obviously they still have earned a single point in their favor, so finally at least something to put on the board, and that was against Team Refuse. A very solid game for them. I feel like they should definitely feel uplifted off that fact, because obviously they know, well, at least some of the base players for Aesthetic know that they can definitely play against these teams and still manage to land kills. That's also a good teller for them that it's all about mentality in this game. Like your mental status is a huge factor in this matchup, and as you can see, if they feel comfortable on the map,
and it feels like they did.
They definitely did. They were delivering as much as they can. Perhaps another 2 rounds on T-side would have done it for them.
Okay, yeah.
Because they did put up a solid hold against Team Refuse, and Team Refuse, for them, yes, they eventually won it out. I feel like they could have done it faster if they would have implemented these adjustments sooner, because as soon as you see that a single team can abuse a certain position on the map, you should instantly see if you can retake that advantage and not give them any ideas of continuously pushing on. So Team Refuse being reluctant to take over mid control very early on in the beginning of the match, there probably cost them like another 3 rounds there where Carcass just went down without a single trade possibility.
Exactly, that was really Carcass shut down. And Team Refuse, in the end, still managed to win it, but there's 1 point for Aesthetic on the board, as already mentioned. But for now, we're heading to a small commercial break, and when we come back, Inferno between those 2 teams.
I can never forgive Lakita for murdering our mother.
I've been cooperating, you're just not listening.
You're not listening to me.
Pasaules top-seriāli. Skaties visas sezonas uzreiz visos tavos ekrānos. Shortcut films. Tikai 6 eiro mēnesī. Shortcut. Tu redzēsi.
You spray. You awkward. You're gold. Smell fresh all day with new Axe Gold Body Spray.
more G's than the L. I want 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 more G's than the L. So rap out till I black out.
Welcome back to the game. So Inferno now between Aesthetic and Team Refuse. Let's see if Team Refuse can now show that they can in regulation time, not in the overtime. Aesthetic did really put up a good fight up against them, 19-16, really close game. Let's see if Inferno is the same thing here.
Yeah, curious to see if they're going to keep up their own playstyles once again and see if they're going to have that calm, collected approach towards here. I would like to see a lot more coming out from Carcass, as he was being shut down a lot towards middle in catch there. So obviously he didn't really have the impact he wanted, and I believe Team Refuse have won the knife round once again and will be choosing the side they're going to be starting on, and it is going to be a swap coming through here. So nothing too surprising in terms of side choices. Dusty does say good luck and have fun, boys, so hopefully it is going to be that, as Aesthetic once again starting off on the T side here. They don't look like they're going to pick up any utility so far.
Maybe Element, but knowing Element, yes, he's just going to go for the armor. And let's see if he finds any luck with it. As for now, Team Refuse putting two players towards middle, instantly seeing the player, and there is Pone with a quick headshot into Dusty. Very good, and Team Refuse even pushing towards Banana. You're going to see the player, and Akis takes down Element. Only 3 terrorist players remain here in the round number 1.
And Joyce with the flank here manages to find Ikas as he was retreating back. Do also taking down Magician Slurs. They've brought it back, but Carcass with a kill onto Carlos, and that is also the bomb drop there. Another player towards short here, that is Do, who ran through apartments. He's on the reload, and now Carcass on the reload situation is being pushed, will be taken down, and that is going to be a 1 versus 1 situation. Winley against Do here, as Winley actually flashed by Do's flash. Currently in Mexi, looking for Mdu, brings it back. So wow,
4 kills.
Once again, Team Refuse had a very quick advantage there, and they, I feel like, ever so slightly overpushed their luck in that situation, and also Do with the excellent timing on his flank, recognizing the fact that CTs are picking middle, most likely nobody's looking after apartments, and he managed to bring it back for his team. Well played from him, as it is going to be 1-0 so far in favor of Aesthetic.
Well, let's see here. Pone in middle does not find any luck, and as well Team Refuse pushed out from close. Banana encounters as they do smoke it off, and that now allows Aesthetic to move around other places of the map, as Do already has found Magician. Still continuing on with his luck. And let's see, Carcass will also be spotted, so Do with the second kill, and now only 1 player remains here on the A side. That was Pone, who rotated, but he finds really quick shot and kills off Dusty. As now they're going to head towards short. There is a player towards apartments. Let's see who's going to hit first, as Pone will go down, and only Winley here remains. But as I say that, Carlos ABC shows what his Galil is made of, gets 2 kills, and only Akis remains with the CZ.
Yeah, you can see Akis pushing, trying to find any rifles he can pick up in this round, pushed up close. Definitely here's the players in the middle here, trying to find a good angle for himself, as Team Refuse so far haven't really found any real opportunities.
Now let's see to where can Do get, as he misses the timing on Do. He could potentially get Element here, but that's only the Mac 10. And there is Carlos still waiting in the side, as now he's going to run away. That is a 2 HP player. And here Akis pushes in. He's going to find 1 kill. As I said, that's Galil, and I don't believe they won't be too sad about that. And here Element pushing in is going to find Akis. And will he survive this blast? He won't, so only 2 AKs saved on the side of Aesthetic.
Yeah, so Aesthetic needs to rebuy 3 rifles. There are probably 1 is going to be passed on. And is that the case, or?
No.
Actually, no. They're not going to pass on those weapons. So terrorists really using up their bank so far. Only choice, and do have some money left in the bank. There is now 2 players again from Team Refuse going to be heading toward B here, as Aesthetic seem to just make sure no crazy pushes are happening so far from them. So no real surprises coming out from either of the team in this current round, as actually Winley here toying with Dusty, and Dusty doesn't manage to find the kill on him just yet.
That it will be Akis now pushing in, look for the kill, but Dusty was expecting that kind of scenario happening. But now it's going to be 3 players on him. Can he find them all 3, as he's going to find Winley? And let's see, the push still continues on as he's looking for the kill, but he's dropped down to 21 HP. And as he pushes in, there are going to be 2 players there, and he gives away the AK, but that's Magician going down, and Carcass. This is a really good position to stay in with Pistol.
As long as he can stay hidden here, but he should really be checked at some point in time, and Do is going to do exactly the same.
As you said.
And it is going to be Ikas and Pone here only remaining. Ikas actually decides to push with the AK here, and see if he can deal any damage to Aesthetic.
Well, since the previous round was only 2 players remaining alive, they definitely could have broke their economy situation, but here Pawn only with 20 HP. He's going to be really lucky even if he finds 1 kill, but now he's going to get pushed, and let's see if he can find any luck with the USPS. But as Carlos comes in, there is the kill, and that is the 3rd round for Aesthetic. So quick and good start, as Team Refused not safe for the op, so won't see any kind of crazy plays with it just yet.
I'm curious to see if they're going to be taking this banana control here, which is essential on Inferno. You need to have control over that banana, otherwise the terrorists simply will have too much room to navigate in. And Ikas is on the way here, actually decides not to push into banana here, as both him and Wineleague are going to go inside and are actually going to boost up on this new box.
Element playing from apartments as well as Choice, so they're going to have the control of that as well as banana, but you can see they're not pushing in too deep in banana, just looking for some kind of information, looking for the backstab to happen. But Team Refuse, since this is their first buy round, playing this one carefully, playing this one default. Yeah, that could potentially work out. There's
still a decent amount of utility on Aesthetic here. There are 2 Molotovs and another 4 smokes here. But as I said, Magician taking down Element here. Carcass will smoke off middle. Does he decide to push? He's just going to be spraying through this smoke, but doesn't find really any damage or kills yet here, as now Pwn in pit. He will need to do something very soon as he's looking to check for these players. And Bomb is actually going back towards B.
So this could be a split from Arch from the banana as well, but as I said, this could be really risky for Aesthetic. Just losing those players rotating in, there's going to be only 2 players taking the site.
And Carcass misses the timing, letting 2 terrorist players into along here, and will go down to Choice in an instant, and that should be information for both Ikas and Wineleague that the split is coming through.
But since they have no information towards banana, no grenades thrown out just yet, and looks like it's going to be Aesthetic moving in without them, and Wineleague finds both of the players moving in, but now it's going to be free take here, maybe as Ikas takes down 1 and do it now. 29 HP survives, but as he sees the player, Wineleague with the 3rd kill, and he saves Team Refuse, and going to be the 1st round for them on the board. As now we can see they have to rebuy tons of weapons, not a lot of money there, and inside of Aesthetic they will force things up. They did
have 2 players on $7,000 there, so they were able to hand over another 2 AKs to their teammates. Element on the Tech 9 actually is going to be heading towards apartments here most likely, and going to be looking to find any kills, as Carcass seems to time the flash good enough, but actually thinks the player in Mexi, but Dousty will take him down eventually. And that is once again the man advantage for Team Refuse, as they do take banana control, and Wineleague finds Carlos ABC here almost through the smoke. Can he land a 2nd kill? Gets the kill on Dousty as well, as he was on low HP. Pwn finding Choice now, and it's all falling apart for Aesthetic, as Element does manage to find one of these players towards middle here, but still huge work ahead of them, as Ikas already has pushed through banana. Found do only Element remaining on 16 HP, and he will go down to Wineleague, and that is instantly the 2nd rifle round for Team Refuse as well. And you can see Aesthetic's money is all over the place. There's a player on 4,000, and a lot of his teammates are sitting around 2,000 there. So a few pistols being passed around, a few Deagles and a P250. Actually 2 P250s are going to be on the side of Aesthetic here, as they still decide to actually not going to be pushing up too aggressive here, as Pwn already finds the player by pushing, gets the 2nd kill. That is going to be coming from Carcass here. Do also giving away his position, and he will be taken down by Carcass. Only Choice and Element remaining here. Choice will take down Carcass eventually, as now only Choice remaining, and he will be taken down by Magician. So Team Refuse actually decided to push it this round, and decided they're not going to give any opportunities for Team Aesthetic, and they're going to be shutting them down instantly.
And now let's see, as finally CT's had the money to buy the off. Carcass is going to head towards middle. Maybe he's going to find an instant kill, which could potentially shut down Aesthetic early on here on Inferno. As I believe this round is really, really important for both of the teams, as Carcass has already found Carlos ABC. He's going to peek in one more time. There is a guy in Mexico, but he does not get the flick on the guy's head.
Yeah, no real banana control so far coming out for Aesthetic, and Team Refuse definitely abusing that fact, as they managed to smoke off deep here. And Ikas once again with the spray through the smoke, doesn't really connect so far. Actually, once again will find the kill onto Dousty here. So 5 versus 3 situation. Team Refuse really shouldn't be playing it overly aggressive right now, as they still are keeping hold of this banana control. And Ikas once again, turn on your smokes, as he finds Do and only 2 players remaining, and that is going to be Choice and Element. See if they can find anything, but the positioning from Pwn gets the better of Choice, and only Element now remaining here, looking to do at least some sort of economic damage, as it is very unlikely so far for him to take this round.
It is, and it looks like Aesthetic, they're really crumbling. They're giving away the kills so easily, especially around that smoke. Like, when the smoke lands, you have already lost in the previous round so many players through it, and now I believe Aesthetic either they're not going to even use Banana now, or they have to decide fast how they can take control of it. As you mentioned, like when one team takes control of one part of the map, you have to quickly realize how you can get it back.
Yeah, well, for Team Aesthetic, that is, excuse me, Element finds 2 kills here and is able to pick up the bomb, looking to push spots. One of the players will take down Magician, but Carcass will take him out. What I wanted to say is that, first of all, a solid attempt from Element in that situation, and a second for Aesthetic, they really need to put the early aggression into Banana, not allow these CTs to rotate in, and then they should just linger around it for at least up until like 50 seconds or so, because that's usually the timing when CTs are going to try to retake it, if that is their plan. And Carcass with the AVP once again peeking towards middle, not going to find anything, as all 5 players are heading towards Banana, and Winley in a position where he can find a lot of kills here. Gets the first, doesn't get the transfer, but Icus here finds 3 kills, and only Element once again remaining with the Deagle on 16 HP, 60, and Icus will get those as well, as he manages to land himself a 4K in that round.
Very good spray control there from Icus. Winley could have done it himself, but as we saw, instantly getting shut down. Aesthetic, you mentioned they needed to put in the aggression, but how can you put in an aggression when you have Icus, a player like that, waiting?
Indeed. Well, they did have the opportunity there, but the flashes coming out from CTs got the best of them, and weren't able to really finish this push now, as Carcass actually expecting a player to come out from Mixi almost gets caught out here, as the player from second middle did peek. They have managed to smoke off mid relatively deep here, and once again you can see Icus and Winley doing a lot of work here in a Banana, recognizing the opportunities. Tries to peek over the smoke here, doesn't see anyone just yet, as Carlos will take care of Icus, who has pushed up close, and now Winley with the AVP really needs to hold this Banana.
So now let's see it more. So it looks like an A push from Aesthetic. It's gonna be as they almost completely abandoned Banana, as the control was there. But it was a really great boost to take down the player, so that was the anti-play that they were ready for, but they were not ready for Dusty here.
As Pwn really on the balcony needs to go huge here, or otherwise it's not going to happen for Team Refuse in this round. He sees already 1 player entering the site, sees 2, waits for the opportunity, strikes, gets 2 players, but will be taken down by Dusty, and that is still an opportunity for the team to come back here, as Carcass finds the headshot onto Element inside, and it is still a 2 versus 2 situation. They still have Molotovs and flashes on the side of Team Refuse. Carcass overly aggressive with the AVP, excuse me, that was Carcass, and Carlos took him down, and now only Winley remaining here. And can he do anything, as he does have a kit and a flash, but I don't think Aesthetic are going to give him any opportunity to come back into this. As you can see by just off their positioning, they're just holding off angles here, and Dusty is going to be the first point of contact. Doesn't really land any bullets, as so doesn't Winley, as he will opt in for the save.
Yeah, since he's the only guy without the money, and his team and the rest players will be able to buy at least for the next 2 rounds. So now 5-4, really as close a game as on cash, I want to say.
Yeah, definitely so far, as the round will go towards Aesthetic, and it is going to be 5-4 already here. Aesthetic really would ideally need another 2 rounds only to feel comfortable enough on this map here. Still double AVPs on the side of Team Refuse. I feel like Carcass really needs to find this kill, as he did have a good spawn there, and also Dusty has a good opportunity to get one, as he will be peeking into middle, but Carcass was already for him, and that is going to be an man advantage for them.
As I believe they can pick up, oh, they did pick up the op, and I'll see if Carcass can react fast enough, but the Element, what a great peek to shut down the op player in middle.
And that is the scoreline equalized so far in terms of the amount of people. The nade onto Winley literally lands on top of him and leaves him with 50 HP, forced to fall back here. Still a good amount of utility on the side of Team Refuse, so they can definitely hold off a push, as Magician finds the nade kill onto Choice, and Pwn will have found Do. Magician making sure nobody is up close in middle as the B push commences, and Icus now with the Molotov holding off these terrorists as long as he can. Winley has already spotted one and will take him down. That's going to be only Element remaining here, as he takes down Ikas, and does he suspect the second player to be very close by? Is he checking for behind and finds Magician here? Element really showing up big in this map so far as he's going for the smart plays, instantly rotating towards A. He's going to be flashing towards long, and ooh, this app play might actually play in his favor, as it, from the CT's perspective, it's going to look like a fake.
Yeah, this could definitely look like a fake, and Pone, I believe, he will hear the bomb plant commence, but it could be pretty late. But now as he goes out, Element still hasn't pushed out from the apartments only. Now he goes out, and Pone does not get the flick. 20 HP left on him. He's going to look for the player, but now he can play this one safe, since he's going to wait for his teammate Winley to come through. But Element with the bomb plant, and he's going to play this one careful. And it looks like him from the site. So let's see if they push in together from one position. This could be just Element spraying them down and getting the ace clutch. Let's see if that's going to be the case. As the smoke lands, they should check instantly this position as well. But the Molotov coming through. Let's see if they're expecting something like this to happen. They're not suspecting, but Pone still checks that corner. It was very lucky for Winley that Element did not spot him, because if Winley moves in faster, then I believe Element quickly realizes where the players are.
Yeah, I mean, the opportunity definitely was there. Slightly unlucky for Element that Pone did decide to check that position. So great presence of mind coming out from Team Refuse, realizing that even though they saw the bomb being planted in default, and most likely scenario would be that the terrorist is going to be falling back towards the middle and playing it from short or apps, they did check the side carefully enough here and won the round off that. And Carcass once again finding Dosty here, actually peeking into second middle, misses the shot, and he's actually still peeking and finds the kill onto Carlos as well,
already.
looking to get more, as he's going to be pushed. The no zone coming in, and he's going to spot Element there as well. Doesn't connect just yet here, as he finds his fourth and only Choice now remaining. He's going to be hunting for the ace here, but Choice will take care of him, as Pone will return the favor, and that's going to be 7-4 in favor of Team Refuse.
And I believe that is Carcass on.
Carcass has switched it on for sure, as well as Ikas doing a lot of work in that banana area.
Yeah, so like they continue on to get that control, and you can see that aesthetic they're not even getting it. You can see they're even abandoning banana in this round. So they're not even thinking to push through there. They're going to push towards second middle, and let's see if Carcass decides to go in this position, as he's going to wait for the player to come through middle. Will he play the second middle push? He will, but he misses the shot as they jump up. But Pone with the spray down is going to go for 4 kills. And now only Element remains, but Carcass comes in with the op, gets the kill, and the score now 8-4. As looks Team Refuse now 3 rounds in a row. Let's see if they can still win this buy round from Aesthetic.
So far Team Refuse looking very solid in terms of they definitely have turned their game on now, and they're looking to not give any rounds for Aesthetic, as 4 rounds is in theory not really enough to have a relatively easy comeback into this match here, as Choice, as I said, finds Pone here in an instant. Carcass once again towards second middle will be taken down by Carlos ABC. Dosty will find Magician, and that's only going to be Winley remaining here, as Dosty has found Ikas as well. And Winley, you can see for a second they wanted to rotate it, but the kill on his teammate forces him to stay there for a while, as the bomb only now crosses middle and is going to be heading towards A. As you can see, Winley slowly being sandwiched in here, as the terrorist players are already in CT spawn.
This round was all about timings. Like every single timing went the way of Aesthetic, and here Winley as well has been seen. Weirdly enough, gets 1 kill. And if we check the money, it's now very valuable to get any kills here, but he misses the shot. So 4 players survive, and 2 ops even save for Aesthetic. So let's see how they use that on T side on Inferno. What do you think they need to put? So maybe 1 dedicated op towards B? Towards that banana?
They definitely need to put an AVP closer into banana towards that wooden pile there, so he can peek, as obviously Team Refuse being very active in that area, and that is a potential free kill that they could get. They haven't really been molotoving off that position there. Winley going for a few wall bangs towards banana, and so far that keeps Element intact. As I say it though, Do finds the kill onto Pone here towards middle, and is going to be falling back towards B, and that is also the bomb there currently.
As you can see, Carcass, will he go aggressive? He will, and he loses his life to do it like that. So, Team Refuse not being too careful about their plays.
Yeah, they definitely so far lost,
pushing out.
just dying 1 by 1. So perhaps they started to feel ever so slightly overconfident in this match. As you can see, they were only left on 2 players, and still there is a player in banana making sure nobody is pushed out, and that should be the information for his teammates that both Team Refuse players should be known that they are towards either B or CT spawn. And really, Aesthetic should be hunting for frags here. They need to get these weapons out.
Yeah, at this stage, definitely, because we know what Team Refuse can do just with the AWP in their hands. But let's see, will they do that? Since their money is low as well, maybe saving those 2 AWPs and the AKs would be more favorable. As you can see, they're clearing out. Maybe Ikas can get the free kill. He will get Carlos ABC. Will he check CT? He checks it at the wrong time, but almost gets the kill. That is Winley with the kill on choice. And now let's see, can Winley save this up, as he will get pushed, but won't be pushed in at the right time. So 8-6 last round of the first half.
So as I said, Aesthetic have managed to score themselves already 6 rounds,
yeah.
So that should be decent enough for them to be able to come back into this, even if they lose this one. So props to them so far, as the AVP will be on Winley here, who's heading towards middle, looking to peek down.
It was team damage dealt to do. Someone cut him in the back. Very unfortunate, but of course, yeah, well, he has the AWP in his hand, so still, it's not the worst case scenario.
Look at this boost from Ikas with Carcass. That is an interesting position to be in, but Dosty, expecting it, will take the head of Carcass down, and that is once again going to be an advantage for them. But as I say, it Winley with the quick position switch up finds the kill onto choice here, and you can see Aesthetic are grouping towards B here, and that is going to be Ikas with the CZ, only player on B now.
Let's see, he does have 2 flash. Let's see if he can use them wisely. As now the rotation from Pone will come through as well. It's pretty slow, and it's only a Deagle that's rotating, so AWP retake is going to be pretty tough on Winley. But let's see now, as the flash will come through, Ikas will manage to get back. But he does tag up Dude down to 12 HP, as he was already on 39, and now Pone with this position. Can he get the bomb planter? Will he go aggressive here? He's not doing that just now, and he's going to still stay in the smoke, as only now the players have rotated.
The nade thrown by Winley is not going to find much, as now the Molotov should push out Element from his position, and he's actually going to find Pone here, as he's looking to find the second player towards CT, and that is going to be the AVP down. Only Ikas here remaining with the CZ, has a single flash, and he will be taken down, and that is going to be once again 8-7 in favor of Team Refuse. So far a very similar match what we've seen. 2 cash. So looking to see...
Are the same players turning up? I believe Element has been really phenomenal this map, as well as Du, who has found so much luck with the AWP. And now on CT side, I think Team Refuse should be doubting, not doubting, but understanding that Aesthetic can do a lot against them.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like Team Refuse really should once again need to take over the initiative here, and that looks like is going to be the case. There are going to be 4 people pushing into Banana here. Carlos already will go down, and that is going to be Ikas finding the player on second middle here, as the rotation is coming through, and information given to Winley that there are 2 players coming from behind. Winley needs to find at least 1 player here.
Let's see if he can do just that. He's going to find choice. That's already a big step, and even Du only Element remains in CT. And this is Team Refuse taking the lead, even more so in the second half, as Winley with 3 kills and the 9th round for Team Refuse. And let's see, so Aesthetic, they will definitely go for a force here. We have seen teams go for that fast middle rush with the grenades and just trying to take control of the game like that. And it kind of usually works out, since it's pretty tough to shut down the players in the middle from second mid as terrorists come in.
So that is definitely something that can be done in this situation, but so far no. It doesn't look like it's going to be the case, as Dosty is going to be using his nade towards Banana here. Doesn't actually find any damage miraculously on any of Team Refuse's players here. And once again, Team Refuse making sure nobody's really pushing up. Carcass actually being slightly too aggressive, I feel like, here, as he finds choice to get the second kill as well, but Du with the double kill and the CZ will be able to retrieve one of these rifles here, as now Dosty will be smoked off towards CT spawn, and the bomb is going to be heading towards B. Ikas staying behind, making sure nobody's picking up those rifles, just shooting through the smoke, as now Element and Dosty both have a huge job in front of them. They need to find these kills, and Element just needs to find the right timing to peek, as he is going to be pushed by Magician here, and Ikas takes down Dosty, and that is only Du remaining, the man who delivered the double kill. He's going to be returning to see if he can save any of these rifles.
He definitely can. There's no one in the middle just yet, so he picks up the AK, and now he's going to go for the save, as the next round won't be a buy round for them. Forsaken can definitely do a lot, especially in the way that it can break kind of Team Refuse's economy, as it's still not in the best shape. But as I say, its Aegis finds do, and there won't be any weapons saved. So 10-7. This is looking just so similar or even the same as Cash.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same scenario right now. I'm just curious to see if it's also going to be the same scenario in the first buy round, as obviously this round, in theory, even though there's a double nade coming out from Choice and Dusty there, so they're going to be heading towards middle. It looks like it's going to be a middle push here, as Carcass finds two actually players here, and Pwn finds one, but 2 kills traded back here. Only Carlos and Dusty remaining, and another nade should kill off one of these players, and that's going to be the case, as only Carlos remaining with the USB managed to land a dink onto Icus, but that is going to be it for Aesthetic in that round, as it is 11-7. I feel like it was exactly the same scoreline before on Cash.
That's what I'm saying, that it feels so even. 11-8 was after that, because Aesthetic won the buy round, so let's see if the history repeats itself.
Curious to see indeed, as now Pwn with the AVP is going to be heading towards middle here. It's going to be peeking with a slight delay. Magician will actually take a bit of nade damage there, but no real over-aggression just yet. As you can see, Team Refuse, recognizing the opportunity, have taken advantage of the fact that Aesthetic are not really taking banana control, but as I say, Carcass oversteps the boundaries and will go down to Element, and that is going to be the B-side smoked off so far. Magician and Pwn here both just waiting, making sure nobody's going to be pushing, as Winley and Icus really should find a frag here. Is Winley sneaking out onto the balcony here, and can he find Choice?
I
he's
think
checking
Choice
every
is
corner.
checking. But Choice reacts faster, gets the kill, and that means now 3 Team Refuse players will remain. And this is just looking way too similar to Cash. I don't understand how this is even possible.
Flashbacks, as now Icus toying with the idea of peeking Grave, and does find the timing, but Choice still gets the kill onto him, and that's only going to be Magician and Pwn both here remaining, and it is going to be a contact play towards B. You can see already one CT player is going to be rotating over. Pwn will smoke it off now, and they need to find these both players in sight really fast. Pwn misses the initial shot there, and the Molotov still doing a bit of damage on both of them, as now they are pushed back and also being sandwiched in from Banana here. Another flash coming through, as Dusty already quick behind here will find the first kill, and Element will find the second, and that is going to be 11-8, as you said.
And all 5 players even survive. I don't know if that was the case last time, but it's really good news for Aesthetic, since they can now rack up that money, have the off for Dusty, and not to be too scared that they won't have it next round, even if Dusty loses it and they don't retrieve it back.
And Dusty with the AVP is going to be heading towards short here, or as it seems actually is going to be the apartment, so he's going to be making sure nobody's going to be pushing there, as Team Refuse have taken control of Banana so far, and they just need to make sure they're holding it, as Dusty gets tagged up from second middle through the wall by Icus. Another bullet should really do it, but Dusty, already realizing that he's not being in the best position, made sure he doesn't take any extra damage now as the B push commences from Team Refuse. Pwn finding Element here. The smoke will dissipate the Molotov, as Winley with the last bullet finds the headshot onto Carlos through the smoke. A bit unfortunate there, as the bomb has made his way towards B, and the bomb plant will go down now.
Let's see if Duke can find Carcass here. As Carcass, he's not even playing. He was not even aiming, so maybe some kind of issues for him. Hopefully nothing too big, but still, even without Carcass, Team Refuse will take the round. It's going to be 12-8, but Dusty managed to still do some economical damage. As we can see, Team Refuse, since they had to rebuy so many weapons last time, since they all went down, won't have too much in their bank, and still making this so worth and so much damage already dealt to Team Refuse. It's going to be really tough next round for them.
Yeah, I feel like it's definitely a wrong call from Team Refuse to try and push and get these weapons out of Aesthetic at this stage, as they needed to just fall back and make sure they have the upper hand in this one, and perhaps lure Aesthetic into a false sense of security there and try to reset them as much as they can. Obviously, Team Refuse still will be able to rebuy back these weapons, but there's definitely not going to be an AVP on their side. It's just going to be rifles, as now Dusty with the AWP is going to be heading once again, it looks like, towards the same apartment position there, and Carcass is definitely back in game, so I don't feel like anything was wrong there. Perhaps just timed it.
Well, let's see, Winley, he will get the first kill, so that's already a big advantage as Karkas is going to take down Choice. Only Dusty remains with the op. He did not go towards ups, he went towards middle. Was not too much luck for him there, as we can see as they already have taken control. And here Karkas, I believe, will just find Dusty, unsuspecting this kind of a push to come through. And here a free kill for Karkas and an op. And only Carlos ABC will remain. That's going to be 13-8, so Team Refuse quickly bringing this one back.
Yeah, and Team Refuse are going to be resetting aesthetic in this round. This is the moment where you indeed need to push for information and get this weapon out, no matter what the cost, almost, as Carlos will find Magician. His position will be known.
And let's see if Akis can find the kill as Carlos is checking this angle. And as he goes into the library, it could be now knife kill even. But no, Karkas as Carlos ABC peeks out, gets the kill. Now 13-8. Could be a full eco for Aesthetic, as Dusty can definitely drop some pistols for his teammates. He's going to do just that. Yeah, and for Aesthetic, this is really was the worst case scenario for them. For them to be reset at this position means that they're, well, 95% are losing this round. And that should be a quick cleanup for Team Refuse from further on, as mentally it's really hard to come back into these situations. You can see the aggression from Team Refuse coming out in Banana, but as I say, Element finding Magician there will go down, though eventually Tupone, who manages to find 2 kills here. There is still another player on B side as another CT player. That's going to be Dusty already in Mexi. Quick to rotate here behind, and Choice needs to live. Let's see for how long he can get it. He won't get Molotov though, so that is good, but he will... Oh, he's not getting pushed just yet. So he sees one player, but as he peeks, there is Spawn looking just right his way. Yeah, and both... actually, Dusty found an AK here, so he could, in theory, still get some frags, and I'm not really expecting for him to take this round, but as I said, it's instantly a 2 versus 2 situation. Now only Winley and Pone remaining here. Pone still surviving and gets the kill eventually, as Winley found another one in the back there, so instantly got too close for comfort. Yeah, for sure in that situation, as Aesthetic will be buying up now. The AVP once again will be coming out onto Dusty. He needs to be a lot more aggressive with it, like playing in apartments and trying to peek in middle but not doing it. I think it's just not the way, and he's going to go towards B. Yeah, he needs to find an entry here for sure. As Karkas will be peeking with the op towards middle here. Doesn't find anything just yet, as Dusty both exchanging pleasantries into Banana. Magician has lost 50 HP somewhere. I believe that was a nade, as Dusty finds the kill onto Pone here. So unfortunate timing went across. But as I say, Ikas takes down Du, and Karkas finds Element towards A. Actually, Choice on the roof as he takes down 2 players, but there's going to be only 2 players now. Dusty, he has rotated. He's going to have a free kill here. If he checks middle, there is Magician ready for him. And Magician, as I said, he was really ready for him. He's even going to pick up the op, weirdly enough, for this 1v1. Yeah, curious choice coming out from him. Perhaps he's looking to head into apartments, and that is exactly the case, as Carlos now pushing up. Carlos doesn't have a kit, so Carlos needs to be really active in terms of finding this player, and actually gives away his position by shooting towards the roof here, and that was a dead body. That also means Magician knows, and Magician chooses to go for an extremely aggressive play in that situation, and also a very risky one at that. Yeah. Does eventually find a kill in here, and that's going to be 15-8 in favor of Team Refuse, and Aesthetic really need to find a lifeline here. And with the buy of 2 CZs, 2 Deagles, and a FAMAS, I really don't feel like this should be possible. They do have a lot of nades and Molotovs though. Well, let's see, can they potentially use them correctly, as, okay, aggressive smoke towards middle, kind of, and here Dusty already has went down as they want to take control of Banana. And that is also the only rifle down, so Winley holding this position extremely crucial so far, as Du being very tagged up in this smoke, trying to find the timing of Magician will take him down, and that is going to be Choice going down in second middle. Only Carlos and Element remaining here, and they need to go huge. Carlos finds one. Can he get the second one? Does go down. Element has managed to retrieve the FAMAS, but his position is known, and there's not a lot he can do right now, as every single piece of that wooden wall is being wall banged, and that is going to be it for Team Aesthetic, as they will go down eventually. Unfortunately, they haven't managed to secure a win just yet, but today they found their first point. Yes, in week 9, in the last week of the group stage. That is kind of upsetting, but at least they showed what they can do, and against Team Refuse, yeah, for that matter. A very good team to show what they are capable of playing against. So
in general, a very close match. I feel like Aesthetic couldn't find really the appropriate entries here.
Yeah, on Inferno it was a bit tough.
On Inferno, they weren't really... I can't really... I feel like they weren't abusing apps as much as they could have in that situation, especially off the fact that, well, Carcass was being very active and trying to peek from apps into second middle a lot of the times, and he was catching out players. Only Choice in one of the rounds managed to find 2 kills there, and that was the round where Carcass almost aced, so it was way too late for those kills to come in. And thus the result, 16-8 on this map, was 19-16.
19-16 and 16-8 now.
Yeah, so 19-16 on catch. There's still a great performance from Aesthetic coming out on catch here, and we'll be heading into our next match relatively soon here, as it is going to be Žalgiris against Vortex.
Yo, so that's going to be an interesting one, and that's going to be the last 2 best of ones of the group stage, so be sure not to miss it, and as well don't miss the giveaway. It's going to happen after those 2 games, so you can win a 2-day ticket to Hypertown Riga Festival, so be sure to check that one out. Do what you need to do. You can see in the chat if you write ! giveaway, all the information is there how you can enter, so be sure to do that. But for now we're going to small break, and after that the last 2 best of ones of BSL Season 1 group stage.